Hello, thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. This is going to be a reading for the week ahead. This is the Mantegna Tarot I have in my hands. This is a deck of archetype cards. I did shuffle off camera all the cards. However, I like to make another run through. We have grammar and poetry. Do we have one more card? Thank you. Oh, we have two more. The King and Arithmetic. Okay. This deck is the Divine Feather Messenger. The Divine Feather Messenger, a deck of oracle cards. That was pretty fancy how that happened. But okay. That's a lot. Jeez. That's a lot. This deck is the Rain Shadow Tarot. So for the Divine Feather Messenger, the cards we got were Peacock, White Owl, Nuthatch, and Owl. Let's see what we get for the Rain Shadow Tarot. So far we have Death, the Five of Cups, and Justice. Are there any other messages from the Rain Shadow Tarot? Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. One more card, please. Thank you. Okay, we have Grammar, card number 21. We have Poetry, card number 27. We have the King, card number 8. We have Arithmetic, card number 25. We have Peacock, White Owl, Nuthatch, and Owl. And then we have Death, the Five of Cups, Justice, the Queen of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, and Judgment. So card number 21, Grammar, from the Mantegna Tarot, is an archetype for memory. Writings remain like an indelible memory. This is a symbol for a period of time in which you are focused on older memories. This is a symbol for past communications on which you still think. Conversations, letters, exchanges, and communication that may still weigh heavy on your mind, weigh heavy on your heart. And the next card here from the Mantegna Tarot, Poetry, is a card of purification. It is the archetype for reveal emotions in private. We can attribute poetry to be an expression of our emotions. It's interesting to associate it with purification, perhaps by clearing our minds of the emotions, we are able to purify. So looking into this card a little bit deeper, reveal emotions in private is to say we all have emotions. And sometimes emotions can be very transient feelings. All things pass. and as do our emotions. And so sometimes we may have certain feelings or thoughts or emotions about certain situations, people, environments, and what this card says to me is that there isn't necessarily a need to disclose those feelings or those emotions when they are subject to change. You're apt to change how you feel about people, circumstances, situations. So why project emotions out that may change? Why project your feelings or your judgments on things? To reveal them in private, and in doing so, to take the opportunity to really delve into those emotions, why you feel the way that you do. And perhaps that's how poetry comes into play for this particular card. It gives you a chance to purify your being, to come back to the now, to the present, by letting go, processing and letting go whatever feelings these may be. And also, if you've ever written a piece of poetry, it is a reflection on circumstances quite oftenly, or an imagination of circumstances. But again, you have to sort of immerse yourself and then take a step back from the environment or the circumstances about which one is writing in a piece of poetry. Purification, looking at the card, she's playing a flute. She is harmonizing the air into music. She's also pouring water at her feet. There is a really nice fountain next to her, so she's definitely immersed with water. Ooh, sorry about that. She's immersed in her emotions. She's processing her emotions. She may even be taking water from the fountain and putting it onto her feet as it then goes into the pool. And also, I would like to note that there is a sphere at her feet that it depicts both the earth and the heavens. There we go. So in the bottom of the sphere, there appear to be things that indicate more a sense of the grounding, right? The earth, the earthly plane. But at the top of the sphere here, right, there are these stars, and that implies the heavens and the influences of the stars, the movements of the planets, the influences of astrology. And the next card, hopefully he likes the microphone. Maybe I need to take a little break. I'm going to make lots of noise on that microphone. Card number 8 for the king. The king is an archetype for legality. Law and justice often don't coincide. Is this to say that we don't always get what we want? That sometimes the law prevails, but it doesn't apply to everyone. Some people are able to evade the law, escape the ramifications of the law. The penalties? I guess that's more the appropriate word. Some people find a way to escape the penalties of the law. Justice and law don't often coincide. This is when you do the right thing and it doesn't pay off, or things, right? Yeah, the people that saying do something nice end up getting in trouble for it. We'll see how this king card plays out with the rest of the reading. The next card in the reading here is arithmetic, card number 25. This is the archetype for to measure, Combine strengths and use them to your favor. This is an implication of knowing how to evaluate, being forced to evaluate, being called to evaluate circumstances. Yeah, there we go. I mean, he's cute, right? He's very cute, my little munchkin. This is Mackerel. He's very cute. Sorry about that interruption. He was dragging the microphone cord around. I mean, here he is. He wants attention. He's very needy. I've been running around a lot. So, I may, if I have to stop the reading, I have to stop the reading. All right, so arithmetic. Arithmetic is card number 25. It's a card for measure. Combine strengths and use them to your favor. So this card implies or forces us to, it implies that we have the ability to or the need to assess value. To assess the value of things, including the value of our employment, the value of our relationships, really the value of all of our interactions, the value of all the things that impact our lives. And in doing so, we kind of figure out what is important to us and what kinds of things we can let go. But combine strengths and use them to your favor. That says that we are able to see the value in certain things, and we keep them around, and how can we make them work for us in the long run. Then next we have the card Peacock. Peacock says inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for a rebirth. Well, that's really nice. And I can also see that message kind of tickling on the death card that we got from the Green Shadow Tarot. So I will read Peacock. Peacock says, many cultures, myths, and traditions honor Peacock, especially through the eye feathers as a mystical and wise messenger of power and resurrection. In ancient Egypt, the peacock feathers were thought to be akin to the eye of Horus, the all-seeing watcher. The ancient Greeks honored peacocks as the watchman over the goddess Hera. Peacock is the national bird of India and is represented through that culture's art in color, pattern, and symbol. The peacock is closely associated with the phoenix rising from the ashes. Because of its enduring brilliance, the peacock feather came to symbolize resurrection in early Christianity. This wise messenger fan opens to remind you that you are a soul first and foremost. The soul has a wisdom contained from every lifetime. Although you may not be aware of your inner wisdom, you are being awakened now to the wise, watchful soul that you possess. This may come in the form of a new outlook, renewed interest, reawakened learning, or a more powerful process of shedding the old, worn-out experiences in your life. As this process unfolds, know that you are on steady ground and be open to a rebirth in some area of your life. Trust that your wise soul is guiding you through your human experience. Holding the highest vision for yourself is the gift of this messenger. Finding the wisdom of your soul's long journey home is divine. The energies associated with this card are vision, rebirth, and watchfulness. The seasons, spring and fall. The elements, earth and air. Colors blue, green, gold, and brown. The affirmation says, I invite a greater understanding of my soul's divine wisdom. This is a card about transformation, awakening new things within oneself, and embracing those qualities. Next we have the white owl. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. The owl is a bird of mystery, omens, and the gifts of the unseen. The white owl is a unique messenger who brings light into the shadows. The mystery of owl is suddenly illuminated by the light of the divine and calls us to our highest intuition, knowledge, and awareness. Many of the ancient wisdom goddesses kept owl as their wise counsel. The white owl signifies the wisdom of divine guidance coming through. We first need to be ready, willing, and able to listen to this guidance from Spirit, and then have the faith to follow it. The message: the white owl awakens a keener sense of listening, seeing, sensing, and knowing. This divine messenger encourages you to follow your intuition and allow these senses to expand as you do so. Our ability to connect to the divine messengers is a skill that needs to be used for the highest good. Now is the time to pay attention to the messages you are receiving, whether through synchronicity, repetitive thought, or direct revelation. Follow the guidance that asks only for the best and highest good for all. The energies associated with the white owl are intuition, wisdom, and knowing. Season fall. Element air. Color white for purity and healing. And the affirmation says, I honor the messages and guidance of the divine that arise within me. Being guided by the divine source. The next card from the same deck here, these are the oracle cards, is Nuthatch. Stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. Nuthatch is a small bird with interesting and unique qualities. Very much in alignment with this card. Stay grounded and welcome the new. She's accepting her transient emotions. There's new knowledge comes as we change how we feel, as we adapt our perspective on things. And I had mentioned that notion of staying grounded here, not to be stuck in the memories of the past. Okay. A nuthatch is a small bird with interesting and unique qualities. When he flies, he is up among the treetops. When he walks along the branches and trunks, he does so in a zigzag motion, with his head facing downward. The nuthatch gets its name from its habit of storing seeds and nuts in small spaces for later use. This practical quality urges us to take stock and plan ahead accordingly. The white chest of the nuthatch symbolizes the purity of the heart. This tiny songbird encourages you to have faith in yourself and your higher wisdom. This divine messenger urges you to soar as high as you dare. Just be prepared to bring all of that energy, inspiration, and insight back down to earth. All of the knowledge sought should be put into practical action. Have faith in your ability to do this. Practical action. Nuthatch Messenger also inspires us to take a different view, turning away from our usual way of doing things, bringing a fresh outlook to an old situation, or simply seeing the world from the top down can be a welcome change. Your willingness to adapt is key in this process. Take the turn now and uncover the gifts and understanding that await you. This card is associated with grounding, faith, new perspectives, the season of summer, the elements of earth and air, the colors black, blue, white, gray, and brown. And the affirmation says, with unwavering faith, I allow a new viewpoint to emerge. Again, back to this notion of perspective and looking into things and keeping things private until we have processed. There's also this card, arithmetic, that sort of implies that we need to evaluate and reevaluate, weigh the value of exchange, which potentially could be seen in this Justice card. I was about to read the card, the Owl. The Owl says, your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. A bird of the night, the owl has incredible vision and hearing. Owls hunt by using their listening skills, inviting us to tap into a greater sense of inner listening and awareness. The ancient goddess Athena carries an owl on her shoulder as a knowing companion who represents the wise counsel of nature. It was believed in ancient Rome that the owl feather placed on a sleeping person would reveal their deepest secrets. The owl is also a powerful symbol of feminine and the moon and is often tied to prophecy and darkness. As a nocturnal bird, their appearance at dawn or dusk can be associated with the in-between times when the veil between the realms is the thinnest. In all these ways, owl is a powerful symbol of our own intuitive senses and abilities. Now is the time to start seeing things using the higher senses. Owl Messenger is here to assure you that your intuition is correct. The darkness or murkiness that surrounds a certain situation is merely a perception. Begin to assess your intuitive skills to see the answers clearly. It may be an inner sense of knowing, viewing, listening, or feeling that needs to be used separately or together. Have you been resisting listening to your inner wisdom? Owl Messenger urges you to do so now. Allow there to be light within the darkness and find the answers you seek. Embrace this part of yourself as you do. The energies associated with the owl are intuition, listening, awareness. Associated with the season of fall and the element of air, the colors black, white, gray, and brown. The affirmation says, my intuition is powerful and vibrant. I honor this inner wisdom. We have with the Rain Shadow Tarot, Death, Five of Cups, Justice. Death is a card of endings. It is also a card of transformation, deep transformation. It is putting an end to old cycles and beginning something new and very different. The Five of Cups is a card of it's a card of feelings of being bereft, a sense of loss, a sense of grief. And traditionally, it is an individual focusing on the spilled cups before them when there are still a few cups behind them that are retained in the upright position. They are retained with their fluid. They're full of emotional satisfaction, And the focus and attention of the protagonist is simply not where it needs to be. And this is where we are being asked to let go of the past. Let go of the past. Let go of these feelings of loss and grief, and to transmute them with this death card and with the poetry card here. Purify our feelings. Turn around and change that perspective so that we are embracing new feelings, so that we are embracing new perspectives, so that we are facing another direction and focusing on all that is good before us. Measuring what exactly works in our favor, what is the value of things of importance to us. Where can we find this? Where can we follow? Where can we pursue those feelings of happiness and satisfaction? Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time. Watch it and ready yourself for rebirth. So there also is a sense of finding balance within when we are able to purify and process our emotions and our feelings about certain circumstances. Finding a way to heal so we can let go of those past memories, and a way to move forward that does bring balance, it can bring a sense of justice, because we're going to focus moving forward, right? This is the idea, this is the notion, this is what we're being compelled to do, is to focus on that which is good. Focus on that which is working out for us. Focus on maintaining the momentum of the positive. And in doing so, we bring more positive things into our life. That is where the justice comes into play. Justice will prevail. Now, we do have this king card that says law and justice often don't coincide. And interestingly, we do have justice and judgment. Judgment is more akin to that law, that the judge passing down a decision. And justice, it could be the decision, but this is more the inherent balance, and this judgment is the black and white. Sometimes laws don't make sense. The justice performed by law does not seem to add up. Think about some serious cases where people harm others and the kind of judgments that are passed in court to those people. It's not an eye for an eye. It's not tit for tat. The fact that a person is prosecuted, brought to court, and found guilty sometimes is the only sense of justice we can get for some egregious crimes. Just corporal punishment, it's definitely less common. That's another topic, right? What are we looking at? We are looking about working through our past and sort of reconciling our present with the past so that we can embrace the positivity of the future. That is where the justice comes in. That is where the emotional sense of satisfaction comes in. We have the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is great material abundance. This is security, stability, a feeling grounded in your material world. This could be great wealth, but overall, it may or may not be great financial wealth. It is a sense of security, a strong sense of security, that one has very few worries because they feel secure in the world. And what makes you feel secure in the material world Is it having many material things? Is it having a cushion in your bank account? Is it having a strong sense of self and knowing that you are resilient and resourceful and possibly can work through your own emotions and your own perspective, that you can adjust your perspective so that you can see the benefits of different situations, that you can accept sometimes unfortunate situations and know that perhaps those unfortunate situations exist to point you in the direction of things that are more positive and fruitful for you in your life. The Queen of Cups is someone who has an open heart, a strong sense of self, someone who loves themselves, and because of that work to fully love and embrace themselves, is able to give love unconditionally, able to give without expecting anything in return. This is someone who has empathy for others, and we kind of tend to view things in life and situations in a way that says, when we are willing of ourselves to give of ourselves to others and to our community, when we do good things, that one day we will see karmic justice for our good deeds. That when we do good things out of the purity of our heart, we are not necessarily looking for the recognition for having performed good deeds, but rather trust and faith in the divine, that what we put out good vibrations with good intentions to the world for others to receive, that this is how we are going to touch others, that has a ripple, that energy has a ripple effect and continues touching more and more people, more and more souls, enlivening situations, enlivening people, spreading hope throughout the land, hope and faith that goodness prevails, that there is someone there to support you, there is someone there to catch you, there's always some kind of resource for assistance should you need it as you move forward. This is that Queen of Cup energy. The Queen of Cups is strong and empathetic. She moves forward with an open heart, knowing and trusting that her good deeds will do good in the world. This is part of what gives her a sense of stability. This is part of what keeps her grounded as she walks her path, knowing and trusting in faith that this path leads her to greatness, to success, and to a sense of her own stability. This card, Judgment, here seems to ask us, have we learned? What have we learned? Have we learned from our past? As we reflect upon the past, have we learned from our own mistakes? Have we learned from our own expectations and how having those expectations only led to disappointment, led to people falling short of our expectations? What have you learned from that process? What have you learned from those experiences? And what would you change as you move forward? How would you make your decisions moving forward based on the knowledge of how things have transpired in the past? This is a card of second chances, a card of forgiveness. This is an opportunity to make new choices for your future. You're being asked to make a decision and find a solution that will work moving forward. Decisions and judgments about your own future. Where things maybe didn't work out in the past, how can you readjust your own perspective reevaluate things so that you can have a more stable future? Where do you need to change your focus? Where might you need to see more clearly through your third eye? Where do you need to trust? Because there it is again, letting go of the past. Are you able to let go of the past? Are you able to move forward with a new perspective? What have you been shown by your intuition after time has passed, after you've considered in private your own feelings about different situations? If you can look back with kindness and forgiveness as you review the past and reflect on your own mistakes as well as those of others, are you able to let go? Have you healed yourself enough from the past that you can trust that your intuition now, with your further wisdom, will guide you in the right direction? So this is sort of the message that I'm getting for this week's reading. This video is probably going to be rather choppy. I'm going to have to edit out a few things from different times. When the cat was on the table, when there was an interruption in the house. So we'll see. It may appear a little bit more choppy than usual. But basically, the bottom line here is that we have strong intuitive capabilities. We are capable of being extremely resourceful, taking care of ourselves, and being loving towards ourselves. But the issue is that with things from the past constantly weighing on your mind, that can hold you back from your future path. And so we are being asked to change the perspective, process it. We are being asked to measure things and consider the value of the things that we need and want to take forward with us, what we're going to leave behind, that we not focus on the negative, the loss, the grief of what we could be leaving behind, and instead turn forward and see all that we have left that is good, to bring that forward. We have death. We have to put death to an end to something and transform it and move that forward. We have the potential to meet greatness in emotional fulfillment and material stability. Yes, exactly. So this is the Ten of Pentacles coming out again, just to reiterate that sense of stability, that sense of feeling grounded and secure in life and in our path. So first we have the Ace of Cups. That is an offer of love, potentially, an offer of emotional abundance, a new emotional opportunity, something perhaps being presented to you that can offer a great sense of emotional satisfaction. Would you step up to the plate to embrace that opportunity that could give you emotional satisfaction? We have the Five of Swords next to it, followed by the Ten of Swords. Five of Swords is intense. Five of Swords is that it's a conniving energy. It can represent narcissism. It can represent revenge. And yet we are being asked to embrace the loving, the loving engagement, the sense of moving through life with an open heart, sharing good, projecting good, being a lighthouse for others, and expecting that at some point that will come back to us. But the Five of Swords here, this is like this energy that we are thinking on, this past energy that we are being called to let go, to step away from people who are people with bad intentions, people who have affected us negatively, who have hurt us and so forth. We are being asked to forgive them, but also to let go of whatever hurt was associated with that. We have the 10 of Swords. It's like no more, this is like 10 swords in the back, right? No more of that pain. We are done. The whole situation with those past experiences, dead, done, over. It's complete. You can't kill it anymore. It's 10 swords in the back. It's done. We do have death here. Saying, yes, that period of life, those types of situations that we have lived through, from which we have had to spend time healing ourselves and recovering, those are over. It is time to transform that pain, that loss, that grief, that hurt into something empowering for us. And we also have this 9 of Swords. This 9 of Swords is thoughts keeping us up at night, overthinking, our own fears. These are the anxieties that we experience from the trauma of the past, these memories that we hold on to. Anxiety is something I just want to mention that may be prevalent this week, but hopefully we'll pass through it quickly. Some of you may have experienced a sense of anxiety over the course of the weekend. There's something going on astrologically that kind of touches on that. And from my understanding, once Pisces goes retrograde, those feelings of anxiety should pass. But these are feelings, that's like when you're trying to fall asleep and you're drifting off to sleep and a past memory crosses your train of thought and you kind of jump. The adrenaline in your body kicks in and you kind of jump, sort of reawaken because you've touched on this, you've been triggered by this painful memory or this regrettable situation. And then you have to relax again to fall back asleep. But this is a card that represents that painful energy we experience, that adrenaline rush as we remember these negative experiences, this grief, this loss, this anxiety producing, regrettable memory that we need to let go of. We need to let go of this anxiety. We need to release it and release the fear associated with whatever situations these may have been. Allow the negativity to wash away. Wash it away with all these cups here that the Queen has. She's got this full cup. Wash it away with this full cup of loving emotion. Wash it away as you process here. Purify with this card, Poetry. And she's pouring that water, releasing it like water under the bridge. And here, finally, we have the 10 of Coins again over the 10 of Pentacles, again reiterating the potential for stable, sound foundations, for stability in our lives, for the feeling of being grounded when we make our decisions, knowing and trusting ourselves, trusting our intuition. So as you move through the week, let go of fears and anxiety. Let go of the memories that make you feel a sense of grief or anxiety, a sense of regret. Move forward, trusting your intuition with an open heart, shining like a beacon, shining like a lighthouse, putting positive energy out there with hope and generosity and faith as you broadcast your bright, balanced light to others. Trust that in staying grounded and trusting your wisdom and intuition, you will bring a sense of balance not only to yourself and your own life, but to the lives of others, and that this will give you a strong sense of security and a strong foundation, a strong sense of self as you move forward in your life in the month of July, in these coming weeks. Evaluation time, evaluation period. This is a time to be joyful, jovial. Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. Be well.